The sun is rising on our first full day of our third city of season 7. We only have 348 residents of a very, very young city. And across the water, look at that. There's our second city, which started out just like this third city. Not much to look at, and look what it turned into. And even further in the distance, you can just make out our first city. But look at this. Nice. Nice. Welcome back to more SimCity. We are in the early stages of our third city of this region, our latest region. We have moved on from the first island, and we're now on our second island. At some point, we're going to have to make a decision about the great work there, but that's down the road. Last episode, I was talking about, do I want anything on the outside of this? And I think it would look I don't think it would look right to only have buildings, houses, and commercial on the inside. So let's go ahead now. I know we're going to need to fine tune this. This is a lot of residential. But let's just get some residents in. And they'll be coming in while we continue to work on our city there. That should be a good start. And then, yeah, we'll fine tune as we go along. But yeah, so what we need to do this episode, and maybe, several episodes, but I want to start working on transportation. I want to get that set. In the event we need to make some pretty big changes, I want to do that. Of course, this city needs other services other than the water, sewage, and garbage. We need to work on that. We got to make sure that our roadway is set up. But I think the first thing that I want to do while people are moving in, let's at least begin the process. I think boat is where I want to begin, because I just want to make sure. I think I think this one needs to be out there. Maybe there. Let's put down a sign. A cruise ship dock. And a sign. I have to remind myself that this city is not connected to these. So we're going to need to really keep in mind that we're going to need fire, health, and police soon. I think once we get this road set up, then we'll do that, and then we'll continue on with transportation. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Do we want this road to go across this body of water here? That could be pretty cool. Let's do that. I would love to connect even if it goes over the water. Let's see what that looks like. Let's bring this around. I'm going to connect this like that. Go ahead and do a connection. Maybe it should be a highway. Let's do that. I don't like how that connected. Let's see if we can do that better. No. We may have to come off the side here. Or maybe do something like that. Let's just connect this for right now. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, that takes care of that. Let's do some commercial so that when they get off the ship, they've got some shopping that they can do. All right. How do I feel about... Let's pause. I'm not so sure. I've never really gotten into these bridges that are arched quite so dramatically. Let's see if we can get one that's... It really wants to do that. What if we come from this direction? Oh. Better. Better. So for train, I want to get train. I think I want train here and here. I'm going to also need to get my highway up there and maybe a highway or a road. Now, before, let's see if I can come off of this. Maybe like... angle too sharp. Oh. You know me, I'm not going to be happy. Let's see, maybe we need to... Now that might... I think I could live with that. I can't live with that. Let's pause again. Let's... What happens if we do something like... Road grade too steep. That looks pretty flat to me. Now, can we get this? Or did I make it too close? I highly doubt I can get this road back over. I made that too close, but we know we can do it. Let's try this again. Actually, I'm gonna leave it there just so I know as a reference point. It creates a mound. Look at that. We're gonna have to come up over. That's gonna get into a lot of some of my industrial buildings. We're gonna have to go higher density to compensate. Come on, just... There. This is all for nothing if I don't get... There. Better. All right. I'm going to leave that like that. I just want to see about getting this up here. We may have to start elevating. Straight line. It doesn't look that steep. Maybe because I'm too close to the border. Can I get a road? Get a road. Easy. Maybe we should get that established first. That way we only lost one industrial building. I'm going to leave that for right now. What if we... That actually looks pretty good right now. I don't like that curve. Maybe we should come underneath. Maybe I'm being too critical, but let's just come underneath. Can we just... Is it possible just to get a train there? I mean, it's up there. That was easier compared to train. Let's get the train established with the road, because that is really fighting back. Let's place it. Maybe we should have... off just a bit. Can we curve this road? But I don't like that. But I may be forced. Let's approach it from here. See, the ground is level, but once you start adding things, it creates... We may have to just live with that. I'm going to live with that. All right. This road, let's see if we can do this highway again. Let's get rid of this piece here. Right. And There. All right. And this, I just want to get things established. That way I know that what it is that I'm trying to accomplish can be done. Well, that was easy. All right, so we've got that. So we've got a train station set up. We may do another. Well, now that we've got that, I don't need. Because I was trying to take it up there, but I've got that accomplished there. So I still think I want to train somewhere in this area. Maybe we should go ahead and get that established. Let's do that like maybe this. Let's see if it fits. It fits. Okay. I'm going to want bus up here. And I think I'm going to do airship somewhere down here. Let's let the game run. We have 902 residents. Now, typically, your very first city of a region, the game is forgiving up to about 1,000. This is our third city, so I don't want to take any chances. All we need is a fire out of control, and then we're fighting that. So let's pause again. Maybe right here, these two roads that I created. Maybe this is where. There's fire. Let's come over here. Let's do a clinic right in the middle. Maybe over to the side. Let's do it there. Because I'm just concerned that I'm going to get into other aspects and then we'll look up and the city will be on fire. Crime will be going crazy. People will be sick. French police. That fits nice there. Done. Now we can. Now let's play. All right, now I'm gonna let the city. Is there anything that I'm missing before I get into? We've got all of that. We don't have schools, but that's okay for right now. All right. I don't want it to turn into. Oops. I don't want it to turn into an overpass. Man, I don't know if that's going to work. This is a challenging map. I love it. Let's do this. That. Maybe we can put some buildings there. Let's see if this fits now. Because there's no need of proceed. Okay. Okay. There's plenty of space here. And then and I need to remember I'm putting down low density just for the sake of getting the roads down. I need to remember to start upgrading these roads. So what about... Maybe that should be a highway. And a straight line. All right, now. Okay. I'm gonna do another road. Let's do a road for the residents. Let's have these. Like that. That. Seems like this city plot has more clouds. I like this. This is a cool... This is cool. Alright, so... Train. We've got 2 train stations. We've got... I'm gonna get... We'll get bus up there. Maybe we do a road. I want it to curve. I don't think I need a highway. Oh, it would be so nice if we could get that to fit in there. Still doesn't fit. Let's look at the terrain. Maybe instead of left to right, I can draw a road. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe it's just at an angle. Can I even get closer to this hill? Not really. I think that's going to be about the best that we can do. But I really want to make sure we've got this infrastructure. So it goes there. So let's... I don't think I can trim. Better. Much better. Okay, airship. 2 train. 2 ship. All that's left is bus. The problem is if I connect that the simulation will see that as the shortest path. I want this to be used. Now what we could do now, it's not shortest path if we do this. If we actually do something similar to this, let's do this. Do that. That was a pretty full day. I don't need sunlight to put down bus stops. I know I need a bus stop. Let's do a bus stop there. Let's stay on the outside of this. And just like that, something's on fire. See, I'm glad we did that. Glad we did that. All right, we need to do another bus stop up here. Maybe we want to put it do that. All right. I need daylight, but this is good. We're off to a good start. We need to start with an attraction to draw people to this city, which is going to help us make money, because we're not making money right now. But that's what we need to start working on. Now that I've got my foundation set for both my services and for transportation. Good. 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 We'll see you in the morning.